In today's class, we are going to discuss on what is called as microfinance institution. So in this session, we are going to discuss on about what is microfinance institution, what is the definition given by NABARD for microfinance institution, what are all its characteristics, and how a microfinance institution gets incorporated. So before we get inside the session, let us have some brief introduction about what is called as microfinance institution. So microfinance institution means the word micro indicates small. So microfinance institution means it's a type of a financial institution that provides financial help in a small level to poor sections of the society. Okay. So with this brief introduction, we will get inside the other elements. So as I already told you, a microfinance institution, it provides financial help in a small level to low income or poor sections of the society. The size of the loan given is very small. Okay. It provides only small level of financial help. And the repayment period is very short. To its customers, microfinance institution provides small level of loan and the repayment period is also very short. It doesn't run for long years like 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. It doesn't run like that. It's for a very short repayment period alone is given by a microfinance institution to its customers. It offers credit and other financial services to the representatives of poor strata of population. So what is very particular about thing is it provides all type of financial help and services especially to poor sectors of the population. That is very important. It concentrates only on poor sections of the society. And microfinance institution in abbreviation it is called as MFI. They are seeking non-banking finance company status from RBI to get wide access to funding. So what happened, microfinance institution also like other type of companies, it also gets registered under Reserve Bank of India and they are trying to get the status of a non-banking finance company so that they can get wide access to funding. They get lot of funds, they get lot of resources. Similarly, they can also provide lot of resources to poor sections of the society. So next we'll see what is the definition for microfinance institution. NABARD has defined microfinance institution as a provision of thrift, credit and other financial services and products of very small amount to the poor sections of the people in rural, semi-urban and urban areas provided to customers to meet their financial needs with only qualification that the transaction value is small and the customers are poor. So what I had underlined in this definition is they are all very important keywords that we need to remember when we are talking about microfinance institution. So NABARD has given a definition and what does it say is that a microfinance institution provides credit and other financial services, okay, of in a very small amount to poor sections of the people in rural areas, semi-urban areas and urban areas provided that they qualify two important conditions. One is the transaction value, that is the loan amount or the credit amount should be very small. And next condition is the customers should be poor. So these are the two important conditions NABARD has specified in its definition. So what we infer from this definition is microfinance institution is something that concentrates only on providing financial help or services to poor sections of the people, and that too whatever help they provide it should be in a small amount. Okay, and they had given two important conditions. One is the amount of loan or the amount of financial help given by a microfinance institution should be small and the customers should be poor. So these are the two important conditions that is being made clear in this definition. So next we'll see what are all the characteristics of a microfinance institution. So we can categorize a microfinance institution. Five important qualities or five important elements is the characteristics of a microfinance institution. The first one, it provides financial services to those whose income is small and unstable. So what is very particular about this thing is it provides financial services to those whose income is small and unstable. This is very important. This is the first important characteristics that we have to look inside. So microfinance institution will provide financial help only to those people whose income is small and unstable. Unstable means they don't have a regular income. They have a fluctuating income. So microfinance institution concentrates only on people whose income is small and who don't have a regular source of income. So normally what happens, these type of people, their need arises suddenly. All of a sudden they may have a need for a finance. At the time what happens, a microfinance institution may help them to meet their sudden needs. Whenever they approach a bank, banks normally they demand collateral security which they cannot provide on about. So when these people approach a bank asking for a financial help, banks mostly give loans against any collateral security. It can be a property or it can be a jewel or it can be anything. So these people, since they are very poor, they can't afford or they can't provide any collateral security and they can't take any loan against this type of security. And next one, the emergency. The need is emergency. They have an urgent need for funds. They need money urgently. And the purpose of investment in income generating activities. Sometimes they may need funds to make some investments which will give them some income. So in that case, in all these four situations, what happened? These poor people, they may approach a microfinance institution asking for a financial help. So the very first characteristics is it provides financial help to those people whose income is small and they don't have a regular source of income. The second important characteristic is self-help group. That's a very important concept that has been introduced by microfinance institution. So self-help group means, in abbreviation they are called on about as SHG. They have links with banks. Okay. And self-help group mostly work on the empowerment of women and children. They try to empower women. They try to help women to have their own startups or to expand their business. So in most of the category, they concentrate on empowering women and children. Eradication of poverty among people with low income. So the second important characteristics of microfinance institution is self-help group is a new concept that has been introduced by microfinance institution, and they always work on empowering women and children, and their main intention is to remove or eradicate poverty from the society. The next characteristic feature of microfinance institution is mobilization of resources. They mobilize their resources either by accepting savings from the customers or from the public or by the sale of its assets. The fourth characteristic is lack of any physical collateral security. Normally what happens, as I already told you, if you go to bank and if you ask for a loan, they ask for some collateral security. But a microfinance institution is not like a bank. What do they do is that even if a customer approaches a microfinance institution asking for a financial help without any collateral security, they can get loan. So that is another important characteristics of a microfinance institution. So next we'll see on about how a microfinance institution gets incorporated on about. So there are three important conditions a microfinance institution should follow in order to get on board incorporated. So the first one is a company has to be incorporated under Companies Act 2013. So if you want to start a microfinance institution, my company should be incorporated under Companies Act 2013, and that company can be a public company or a private company, doesn't matter. But the company should be registered under Companies Act 2013. That is the very first condition. The next condition is register under RBI as a microfinance institution. So next thing is I should register my company under RBI as a microfinance institution. So these are the two conditions that I have to fulfill. First, my company should be registered under Companies Act 2013, irrespective of whether my company is a public or a private company. And the second condition is I should register my company under RBI as a microfinance institution. So next, whenever I approach an RBI asking for a registration, there are certain set of documents that I have to file with RBI. So what are those set of documents means? There are 7 important documents that I have to file with RBI in order to get registered as a microfinance institution. So what are those documents means? The first document is the certified copy of incorporation certificate. Incorporation certificate means, as we all of us know, incorporation certificate is very important for a company to get registered. So whenever my company is registered under the Companies Act, I will have an incorporation certificate. So a certified copy of my company's incorporation certificate I have to file with RBA. The second document is certified copy of object clause in Memorandum of Association. We all of us know there are 6 clauses under Memorandum of Association. Only the object clause of the Memorandum of Association I need to file with RBA. The third one is there are certain resolutions of my board of directors stating that my company is not carrying any non-banking finance activity before registration from RBI. That is, till I get complete registration from RBI, I will not carry on any non-banking finance activity. Next one, another resolution that my company has not accepted any public deposit from any of my customers or members. From anyone, I had not accepted any public deposit. The third resolution stating that my company has formulated a fair practices code like ethics, like I have my own company's ethical rules or code before starting a microfinance institution. So these 3 resolutions of the board of directors I need to file along with RBI. The fourth document is the copy of my company's fixed deposit receipt and banker's certificate that I got no lien. So these 2 things that I have to submit or I have to file with RBI. Next one, suppose if my company is already an existing company. In that case, my company's audited balance sheet and profit and loss account along with directors and auditors report from the day it got started or the last 3 years. So whichever is earlier that I have to take into consideration. Suppose my company got started in 2010. It's already 12-year-old company. So in that case, I can submit only the last 3 years audited balance sheet and profit and loss account and my directors and auditors report. Suppose if my company got started only 2 years back, only in 2020 I started my company. In that case, only the past 2 years data I need to submit on about. So either from the year of your starting of your business or the last 3 years, whichever is earlier to you, that 3 years data you need to submit in terms of your audited balance sheet and profit and loss account along with the director and auditor's report. And next important thing is copy of certificate of highest educational and professional qualification of your directors. Okay, to make sure that your directors are professionally qualified, a copy of their qualification certificate should be submitted to RBI. And last important thing is the report of the banker. In which bank you are operating all your company accounts, no? From that banker you need to get on about a report. So all these are the 7 important documents that you need to file with RBI in order to get yourself registered as a microfinance institution. Okay. So with this, we'll end up what is microfinance institution. Thank you.